What's up, guys? Welcome to the first episode of Movie Roulette Mondays, guys. Obviously, if you guys are familiar with the show, you know how it works. But if you don't, we spin the wheel. We got 5 movies from each genre on HBO Max. We spin it every week, and whatever movie we land on, we're going to review it the following week. So this week we're reviewing My Cousin Vinny. Classic 90s, right? Yeah, 90s comedy. And Luigi, you made a good point to me earlier. It's kind of also a drama in some aspects too. But
Academy Award winning.
yeah, Marissa Tomei, Best Supporting Actress. And Joe Pesci obviously leaded this movie. He's not in a lot of movies. You know, he picks.
They're all great though.
Yeah, but he's great.
Cameos in a lot of movies.
Yeah,
where it's like you
Bronx
only see him
Tale.
for like
Bronx Tale.
5 minutes, and then you don't see Joe Pesci again.
Yeah,
after that.
but I mean, to put it simply, it's a simple story. You know, Ralph Macchio and his buddy get accused of a crime they didn't commit. They have to call on My Cousin Vinny, you know, this kind of questionable lawyer to save the day here. And, you know, obviously like every movie does, a happy ending, you know, saves the day. But with the help of Marissa Tomei, who is great in this role. I mean, what'd you think of this, Luigi? You've seen it before, rewatched it.
Obviously, fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Point I brought up to you earlier too. It's like it's not like the Anchorman. Like you're gonna be sitting on your seat laughing your ass off the entire movie. It also has like the drama aspect of a movie to it. It's like just the punchline is it's like they stole a can of tuna fish and they might get executed for it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
All right, like I'm interested now. And like they just have the classic one-liners where it's like you almost feel like you're watching like a dramatic court case movie, and then Joe Pesci walks into the courtroom in a leather suit, and it's like, all right, this is what I'm watching. And then he drops a one-liner, like, and it's like, all right, this is actually pretty fun. But then it goes back to being serious.
You still
again.
believe it.
It just keeps you in and out of your seat, basically, of like 1 minute I'm laughing my ass off because this guy can't fall asleep at night.
Yeah.
And then the next minute I'm like, he's in the courtroom
Watching
lighting up a judge, and I'm like, wow, this is I'm learning how to be a lawyer right now.
Yeah.
Low-key. Like,
It's all
that's
good, man.
that's my take on it. It's just I really like how it's like that early '90s like comedy where it's like it's basically
smart.
it's a drama where actors and actresses can win awards, and I'm still sitting there like getting a good chuckle out of this film.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Matt,
Dude, Joe Pesci, he's so good, man.
he is.
Like we think of him in like Goodfellas and like Scorsese movies, but like, dude, he's so funny. Home Alone.
That's his best.
Like he makes this movie. Like he literally makes this
He does.
movie. Marissa Tomei, she's awesome. Dude, it's so funny, dude. Just when they're like at the diner, they're looking over the menu.
yeah.
It's like I'll take the breakfast. You know, it's like breakfast, lunch, dinner. I don't know. It's just smart, dude. It's just funny like that. Like the little side characters are like funny too. I feel like this is a movie anyone, any age can watch and like enjoy.
Yeah.
You know, it casts
it's
a wide
an easy
net.
watch. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I like that aspect of it, and I rewatched this again after a little bit, and I enjoyed it just as much as I did the first time. Yeah, man, it's
Aged
awesome.
well. Sam,
Definitely.
what'd you think of this? Because this was your first time watching it, right?
You've never seen this movie before?
I have
This
never
is
seen it.
First.
So
Wow.
we
Did
started watching it. We had it on in the background a couple nights ago, but then I seriously watched it last night, and I love this movie from start to finish. Like, I watched it entirely. I thought I was just going to be watching it in the background, like as I'm doing schoolwork, but no, I was watching it like from start to finish. And I gotta say, it's a nice balance between seriousness and also like those funny one-liners that you don't expect. Like, one of my favorite scenes from this is the bar scene when everybody stops what they're doing as soon as Joe Pesci and Marissa Tomei walk in, and then he goes up to the guy and he's like, "Do you have my $200?" And
that's a good
so then
scene.
the guy counters. He's like, "How about I beat the shit out of you?" And Joe Pesci's like, "All right, let's weigh our options here. Do I want $200 or do I want to get my shit clocked? I'll take the $200.
Good line. Wow.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
it. See ya.
uh,
Nick, what'd you think of this movie?
It's one of the greatest movies of all time. I would venture to say that I think that what we were talking about with the Sebastian Maniscalco movie about it being for Italian Americans, I think that this is more of a niche film when it comes to like who can watch it and really enjoy it. You have to either be from the South and think that Joe Pesci and Marissa Tomei are like clowns coming in, or you have to be from the Northeast and watch these two city people go into this, country bumpkin kind of town and be like, what would you do if you were in that situation? It's crazy. Look at how they live. You know what I mean?
I don't think my cousin Mickey O'Hara is watching this movie. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Yeah, I don't think an Irish guy's like talking.
Irish.
You know?
No, I don't think so either. That's my point. I feel like
Capricorn.
this falls more into that line.
John Derrane's a big
that's fair.
Irish,
That's
and he's
fair.
a big fan of
But
this movie.
I feel like John Durant's an honorary Italian.
No,
though, in
see,
a lot
the
of
way I
ways.
look at it is it's like Irish people would actually enjoy this because Joe Pesci is portraying the Italian idiot in a sense where it's
His
like
name's
you hit him
Gambino.
with
Now,
That's
with,
pretty-
with that being said,
Gambino.
I watch a ton of like legal stuff. RJ knows I'm always watching like a trial when you guys walk in or whatever it is, right?
Judge Judy.
No, like legit, like murder trials and stuff.
all
All
right,
the
the
big
Depp
stuff.
trial.
Alec Baldwin thing going on. The
Yeah.
Johnny Depp thing was big for me. Like I'm always watching these things, right?
Who killed Roger Rabbit?
A lot of good movie.
Yeah.
Good movie.
Who killed him?
A lot of lawyers on YouTube and everywhere else, like they all agree that this is one of the most accurate as a
really?
legal movie when it comes to courtroom procedure and arguments that are made. All those like A Few Good Men, You Can't Handle the Truth, stuff like that. All this drama
Yeah.
and courtroom crap and all these random crazy outbursts are not like realistic in a courtroom, and they say that this is like absolutely accurate as to like the arguments being made, the witnesses being questioned, and all of that stuff. You learn a lot if you like the courtroom stuff. I think it's funny. I love there's like a great little like all of those like I don't know, sentimental moments, like the magic trick scene where he's sitting there with the playing card or whatever, and he flips it around and does all of his stuff and he turns it into a different card. Like it's so cool to me. Like that's such a cool moment of like, yeah, you have this guy who acts like a clown, who we all think is a complete moron. He doesn't just win though because he's I don't know, because of the circumstance. Like he actually works really hard and figures it out. And he's not like it's a big like don't judge a book by its cover kind of movie to me. And I don't know, I think it's absolutely hilarious and I love Marissa Tomei.
I agree with all those points. I mean, it is a classic. I would say, and there's also like good recurring jokes too. You said it in the car about the train. Like he can't sleep. Everywhere he goes, he can never sleep.
Until he's in jail.
Even in jail, he couldn't sleep. It was like literally there was a
No,
riot.
he slept like he slept out like a baby, dude.
Yeah.
He tells Marissa Tomei, leave me in here. I think I might actually
Yeah,
get
don't
some
bail
sleep.
me out.
He goes to jail, and the scene is a riot breaking out in jail, and I'm confused. Does he actually sleep?
Oh,
like
he's
a
sleeping
baby?
like a baby because it sounds like New York.
Oh,
I think it's
all right.
fantastic.
See, I missed that.
They got trains
over
in
my
New
head
York.
again too. Yeah, but they ain't got it like that.
Yeah.
Where he asked the guy, "Does this go off every morning at 5
He's like,
o'clock in
no.
the morning?" He's
Yeah.
like, "No," and he goes down. You told me. Yeah, it's usually at 4:10.
Yeah.
and it's like, damn, dude, like 4:10 in the morning to be hearing a train. I'd be.
But
pissed.
if you live there, if you're from there all the time,
That's
you never
normal.
think about it. You know?
No, yeah. You probably work at the steel mill where that thing's going off.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
ah, shit. Raven might get the metal lunchbox ready. Wifey's got like a snack pack and a banana for you.
Nice.
A
Sounds
pack
good.
of cigs.
Smuckers.
There you go.
Head
I
Marlboro
think
Red.
the other thing that's
Yeah.
really cool about this movie is like is following it, and you can kind of see. You can almost like if you watch it the first time, it's funny. There's a lot of recurring jokes, like we've been talking about all that stuff, right? If you watch it the second and third time, going back and realizing how important things like grits are, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And realizing this is why I say it's so smart, because even though he's portraying like this Italian stereotype, kind of goofy, loud, brash, leather jacket wearing guy, he actually is retaining his environment and this information as you go through the film. It takes 20 minutes to make grits. That's a huge like plot point in this movie, is how long it takes to cook a meal. Like and the fact that he would remember that is something that this type of character would remember. You know what I mean? I don't know. You have to know people like him in order to understand him.
I feel like he's the definition of like, and I know we all have that friend where it's like, if you got into an argument with him, you just know you're losing. Like, there's no way you're
He's got
winning
the
that.
facts.
I feel like you're a great arguer.
I've been told I could have been a lawyer by Christian's
I
mom.
get
This is
it all
true.
the time.
Because you just sit there and it's like what you said, retaining facts around you, where it's like, for whatever reason, you got the dumbest facts inside your head, and it somehow comes along, even 20 years down the road, and you hear something, you're like, I remember in 3rd grade, I learned that that's actually not the freaking case. But you're kind of a sprash asshole about it. Like when he says, I'm done with this witness.
Oh, yeah. I'm
It's
done
like,
with this guy.
I'm done with this guy. Because it's like, he just knows he's going to win the arguments down the road. It's like, you know you have that friend where it's like, at the end of the day, like, if you needed a lawyer and you could have someone that isn't on bar out there, it's like, I'm picking this guy. Like Matt Damon from Good Will Hunting. It's like, knows all the stupid
his
facts,
books.
reads his books. Pesci. I mean, granted, it doesn't look like he reads the book. His girlfriend reads
But
the
I
book.
think, but I think that's the point. Right?
Yeah, that's the
Like,
whole
he
point.
Doesn't look
He doesn't.
like
He doesn't
does or
need to
whatever.
read the books though. He's the type of guy where it's like, yeah, I'm learning as I go along. It's like you shit the bed in court 2 times in a row and ended up in jail. Oh no, I'm just learning as I go along. Like,
But it takes a specific type of person to be able to do that.
Exactly.
Too, you know, I don't think everybody can do that, which makes the movie so funny. And I feel like it makes a lot of people think that he's an idiot, and I don't think he's an idiot at all.
He's street
like,
smart.
He's very street
Very
smart.
smart.
Very street smart. And I don't know. I relate to that a lot in the
Yeah.
sense that like I never did good in school. I hated school. The whole like 20 kids to 1 teacher thing never worked for me ever, and I was a complete moron. But I wasn't a moron. I just grew up thinking I was a moron because I didn't fall into that
Because
category.
they tell you that's what makes you.
But watching things like this and seeing, and yes, granted it's a movie and it's fake and whatever, but watching things like this makes me feel like, yeah, I probably should have gone to law school. I could have been a lawyer. Another good lawyer, because you retain things like that the average person overlooks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just very
Just
interesting.
sucks how
I
much-
really like this movie. a
how
lot.
much law school probably costs
Yeah,
nowadays.
well,
'Cause,
there's
like
that.
That's insane,
my
yeah.
mom's technically a lawyer, and like she went to law school on the side of nursing school.
That's a
Back
lot.
then, it cost like nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's now just like
Today.
a lawyer, has all that. Like I don't know if she could like pass the bar or did that, but it's like running like the rental agreements and whatnot. It's like she knows how to write up all that paperwork because she's a lawyer that went to law school.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like if you wanted to go to law school now, probably a good reason you didn't go to law
Yeah.
school. Like it's like I feel like that's like 8 years of your life wasted on getting a job that then you got to pay off the debt from.
Don't go to law school.
Don't go
You
to
heard it
school,
here
dude.
first.
Don't
Don't
go
go
to
to school.
Overrated.
Kids, anyone watch it? It's a good
Overrated.
Two more little quick things
Sure.
before we wrap it up.
Oh, we're
so
just wrapping it up, Sam. I didn't
Well,
know Sam called the shots around it.
I just feel like we've been talking about this for a while, but no, I like how he plays that kind of stupid genius. Like he acts dumb, but like he,
Yeah.
retains all the information in his surroundings. But I also like the dynamic between him and the judge. Like
the
the
judge is
whole
good.
That was
contempt
cute.
of
He's cute
court
too,
thing.
right?
He's
Isn't
like,
he
I'm
cute,
gonna
the
hold you
judge?
for contempt of court for showing me up. What do you mean? Like you're coming in here wearing that leather jacket and shit, and then he comes in next time with a stupid outfit that he buys at like the local like Goodwill, and it's like this bright
Hunting.
orange,
So I
like,
want this ridiculous thing for you.
and the judge just look at him like you're mocking me.
There it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, Sam, I got a sequel idea right now. He goes to law school. My cousin Luigi, call him up. You
Wow.
ever, yeah, there you
'Cause
go.
Sam's gonna be in trouble with
It's
the law
sequel.
one day.
Yeah, hey, you never know. You never
Yeah,
know.
it could, yeah.
Boston
I'll leave it
Strangler.
at that. I'll leave it
Sam's
at
gonna-
Yeah, he's the Boston Strangler.
Oh, jeez.
Look out.
I could see it coming from him. He
Well-
didn't get those unemployment checks yet, so he's ready to just start ripping people's necks off, you know?
Well, Sam's gonna put a bet in right now on what color we're gonna land on a movie roulette. Let's hit it. There's a few of them there, so. God Almighty!
Everywhere
White.
these days.
Oh, so close.
Yes.
Super bad. Why do we keep getting
Yes.
comedies? I'm not
No,
complaining,
that's
but we
the
do
best.
get a lot of comedies. So
That's the
yeah,
best comedy there is.
super
That's a
bad.
solid one
I
to
feel like
get.
we've all seen it, right? It's
That's
a
the best
classic
comedy.
again, but it's a little more modern, I guess.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, super bad's great.
McLovin.
Yeah,
You should add in a twinkle of review, and this is the end with it because
Just
how
combine the
with how
Jonah
many
Hill.
super bad fucking
Yeah.
puns they take out of that.
it's
Oh.
true. Well, guys, listen, tune in to Movie Roulette. Next Monday, we're going to be watching Superbad, reviewing it. I hope you guys enjoyed our review of My Cousin Vinny. Again, Movie Roulette drops every Monday. NBA edition of Sidelined Wednesdays, and then Movie Mob Podcast Fridays at 6 p.m. It was a pleasure, guys. We'll see you next week. How you doing?